When I was doing it by myself, I was like, am I doing this wrong? It's going to stop the next week. I was kind of stuck. So that's when I decided to join your program. The third month was when my store finally exploded and I made a good amount of revenue and profit. I went to dinner with my family that day. By the time I left dinner, it was paid off from the Shopify store. Since I joined, I haven't had a single doubt in what I've been doing. Learn to be consistent, and then I would join the program.
All right, then we can jump right into it. I mean, we can get started with your story, how
All
everything went
right.
to dropshipping.
So I started around late July with my brother. My first store actually made around 4K. Then I started another store, which was it did okay, but then I realized I was kind of stuck. I wasn't testing enough products, and I realized I wasn't really gonna get further. So that's when I decided to join your program. And the first 2 months, like I was posting every day and stuff, and then the third month was when my store finally exploded, and I made a good amount of revenue and profit.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, let's go to the numbers here. You can
sure.
share your dashboard real quick.
So yeah, let me just refresh.
Nice.
This day over here, I went viral on TikTok and Instagram,
hmm
which is why it's a lot higher than everything else. But
hmm
yeah,
So this is 1.5 months, something like that.
yeah, basically
Yeah. Okay. Nice, nice. And how much is that in profit?
around 17K.
Okay, 17K in like how much?
Yeah,
40, 45 days, something like that.
yeah.
How does it feel, man?
It doesn't feel normal. Like it doesn't feel real. It feels like I don't have the money. I don't know. It's just
What do
very
you mean
weird.
it doesn't? It feels you don't. It does that you don't have the money.
It's the first month I make this money, so I'm just like kind of scared of using it. It's there in my account, and just I don't know. It doesn't feel like I actually like made the money. Like I went to dinner with my family that day where I made the $1,600 in revenue, and I went to dinner, and by the time I left dinner, it was paid off from the Shopify store. So it just felt weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have to get used to it first of all. Like
Yeah.
it takes time until you understand. But it starts to hit gradually. And in the
hmm
beginning, it's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's good that you don't like. It sounds like you're not spending it yet because you don't feel like you really have it even,
Yeah.
which is good. But
Yeah.
later on, you're gonna let go of that.
Yeah.
So from your side, like what would you say were the changes you did or what happened that this actually started to blow up?
Honestly, from the start of the program, I did exactly as you guys said. I posted all the videos I had to do. I did the product research I had to do. I would say I did not as much product research as I should have, but yeah, I did exactly as you guys said. I posted. Well, I think I was posting 6, 7 times a day, which is still lower than you guys said. But yeah, I ended up going viral on crazy viral. So there wasn't really a specific change. I just was consistent for 2 months or something.
Mhm. Exactly. No crazy strategies, no nothing like
Yeah.
what we like. It's very, very like clear what to do in the program.
hmm
There's just two things which are the X factor of whether you make it or not. Number one is are you going to be able to make this consistent? And number two is are you consistently asking for feedback? Like you constantly ask us why things are bad and what to change. You do those things. That's basically it. Why did you specifically reach out to us and why did you get started with this program?
First of all, Mikey, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, and then your YouTube videos were also very helpful. So and I don't know, I just trusted you to be honest. And I reached out and
You
no
watched a lot of
specific.
case studies before you started.
Yeah, like I watched almost every single one before joining.
Yeah. How's it to
That
be one now?
yeah, it feels really weird. It was like I watched every single one and now I'm one of them. So I might be a
Yeah.
reason why people join the program.
This is exactly how it goes. And I think obviously like you joined the program so you understood it's real, but it actually starts to become really real when it's you. And
Yeah,
when you start seeing your own
yeah,
success.
absolutely.
So how many videos did you post overall?
Since I started dropshipping overall since the program,
Both.
since I started dropshipping in like July, I would say 650 videos maybe. It's a rough estimate. I'm not
Mhm.
sure, but and with the program, 450 videos or so. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, so
yeah.
I already joined the program and I had an amount of videos posted, which helped.
I see. I see. So 450 videos till now. Obviously, till it started to blow up, it was a little bit less. So how much was that?
Yeah, like 300 probably, or
Yeah.
a bit less than that. But yeah, with my
And
first
how?
store, I blew up actually at my first week, which was obviously not normal. But
Yeah, for sure. How is it to do things by yourself versus with guidance?
it's such a big difference. Since I joined, I haven't had a single doubt in what I've been doing. When I was doing it by myself, I was like, am I doing this wrong? It's going to stop the next week. For example, next week, I'll still have like you guys helping me out. I'll have products and like coming up. Like I haven't had a single doubt. Every small little thing, just a quick little answer on WhatsApp, and then everything gets solved.
Mhm. I think that's a big part of it because a lot of people like starting out, they do things and it doesn't work and then they switch, but maybe they were doing the right thing. Exactly what you said here, where you literally said for the first 2 months you did everything the right way, but it didn't work. And then the third month it actually blew up, but you didn't really change anything.
Mhm.
This means that for 2 months you can do something the right way, but it doesn't work. And then you have such a huge urge to change something. People who don't have guidance, who don't have anybody who tells them, no, no, chill, you're going in the right direction, just keep going. It's very easy to think that you're doing something wrong. And the worst part about it is maybe you are. Maybe you actually are doing something wrong and it's not going to blow up in month three because you're doing something wrong. And that's probably the main thing which people get out of the program. It's just knowing that you're going in the right direction. That's basically that.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
For you, did you ever like feel like quitting overall with organic?
I mean, not really, because since the start I did make money, so that for sure helped.
Sure.
I got views
Yeah.
since the start, and so I haven't really had the thought. But at the start of the program, it was very, very hard because every product to get selected for me was like going nowhere, and it was just like stuck at not no views. It was hard. The first 2 months were hard.
Yeah. What were the biggest challenges for you?
I mean, realistically, it was just getting no views at the start with the products you guys chose. So
Mhm.
I had doubts, of course, that maybe the products weren't good, but obviously that wasn't the case. Even the product I showed you guys, I showed on the over there didn't convert. The first day, I think I got 1 million views in one sale. So
Mhm.
I was like pretty mad. And then I mean everything got solved. Yeah. One of Jacob told me a few tips and everything started converting well.
So you first went viral on the first million views. You didn't have like basically one sale, and then you
Yeah.
did a couple of changes to make it convert. And yeah, like for you, when you started dropshipping, what was the main decision? Why did you even start with dropshipping and not some other business model?
So first of all, I saw my brother like doing product research just very inefficiently, and that kind of pissed me off. Um, and I'm like, okay, let me do product research. I found this one product in 15 minutes, which was Mikey's RC car. I just ordered it just without thinking and started recording. I mean, also I tried some other business models last year. I tried SMMA. In July, I was doing nothing really. My mom was telling me to get a job, and then I just decided to start dropshipping.
What were the biggest learnings over the last couple of months?
Probably like product research and the amount of volume I need. I actually had no clue the amount I needed to do to make this work. I was posting for before I joined the program twice a day for one product. I got lucky, it worked. But yeah, since I joined, I mean, I've done maybe 5x that and product research. Before I joined, that max I would do was maybe an hour of product research. Like I've been doing 6 hours of product research and I actually hired people. So I mean, that feels
Yeah,
it
nice.
it feels amazing. Yesterday I was at the pool and people were doing product research for me.
How are the lists?
I think they're pretty good, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through them with Jacob tomorrow. So
It's very important to tell them everything. This is
mhm.
good because of this. This is bad because of this.
Yeah.
And every single product, you like ideally either go on a loop, like go on a Zoom call, or make a loop video, like a just a like a screen share recording, where you basically go through every single product and explain everything. Because with VAs, it's a long-term game. In the beginning, it's going to cost you time, and later on, it's going to save you time. So right now, you need to invest time into building that person up so they can do things by themselves and the quality is high. And also, you need to reward them. Okay. So what you want is you want to explain them how you're going to give them commissions for ratios of good products. So for example, if you have over 50% approval rate by me, that's good. If you have over like you get X. If you have over 70%, you get Y. So you give them like commission structures where you reward them for having a lot of good products and like no bad products. And this is
Yeah.
very important because if you just tell them, all right, um, basically you're gonna reward them per good product, it's gonna suck. They're gonna put in like hundreds of shitty products, and one of them is gonna be good, and then still you have to reward them, which is
Yeah.
wrong. But what do you think are your next steps for now?
First of all, getting back to my country, that would be and then like I probably ordered 6, 7 products and they're already at my house. So when I get there, I'm gonna start testing that and hopefully this product doesn't die out, but it has started, I think, getting saturated a bit. So it has slowed down a lot since but yeah, just continuing just everything and maybe hiring creators at one point, like later on.
Yeah. Right, you told me about that. Let's get into that. Like, what happened with the whole country thing?
So in May, I decided to book 1 month tickets to Argentina, which is my parents' country. Um, I mean, it's fun. It's hot. I skipped the cold, but it couldn't have come at a worst possible time in terms of drop shipping. So yeah, I've been recording the videos, just the bare minimum. I've been doing product research, just not as much as I wanted to. It just everything's been a lot less, which obviously is really, really bad. And I mean, there's nothing much I could have done. I think moving the tickets was just didn't make sense in terms of pricing, but I don't know, whatever. I'm building up the systems now, and hopefully when I get back, everything will either pick up or not die out. That's what I hope.
Yeah. And I think it's a very important lesson here to prepare for these things because
Mhm.
in general you booked it in May for like December, January, so you had no clue what the fuck is gonna go on in your life
Mhm.
like
Yep.
that late. But the problem I see is that in November you knew that in December you're gonna go on a trip, right?
Yeah.
So that should have been the moment where you're like, all right, let me order 25 different products so I can take them all with me because in Argentina the shipping times are terrible.
Yeah. I mean, something that didn't help is I ordered like a really good product. It
Yeah.
arrived and it was like the wrong model. It arrived like I was leaving the 24th and I think it arrived at 21. It was like the wrong model was just completely shit. I also dropped 2 products here. So I've just been with one product for the past like 3 weeks or so, which is just I hate that. But
But it's a lesson. Like every
yeah,
time you have
100%.
some condition like this, go overboard before. You need to prepare
Yeah.
for vacations or for moments where you're not going to be able to do something. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, super important.
Yeah, I learned the lesson.
What are the goals from now?
Um, Getting a second product like this, I would say, because I'm like no, I mean I'm not scared, but it doesn't it's nothing yet realistically. It's just one product. Um, and I would say when that happens, I'll to hire creators is another goal, 100%, and hopefully 6 figures at one point. That'll be cool.
How did your goals change from the beginning? Like when you got into dropshipping, what do you think is going to happen?
When I got into dropshipping, like I got in, no expectations whatsoever. That got crushed right away when obviously I made maybe like $1,000 the first month, whatever. I think it was 1,000 in revenue. I mean that it was a pretty good start, but then all the YouTubers say 10K per month, 10K per month is the goal, and then I just hit it, and it was just it felt like nothing to be honest. And then I don't know, I don't even have a next goal because it just everything seems reasonable to be honest. Because people again in the case studies have done a lot more than me, and that doesn't seem 100% unreasonable. Even, for example, my mom at the start was extremely skeptical, but now I tell her, for example, I want to make X amount, and she's like, okay, well, that's 100% possible.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have this mindset where in the beginning it is not reasonable that you make money. Like you never made money, it's not reasonable. Like let's start out by you first making money, and then we can talk about the big numbers. And I see so many people like try to like they basically think they're going to trick themselves by just saying, "I'm going to become a millionaire this year."
Hmm.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. You're probably not going to become a millionaire this year or next year or the next 10 years. When if we're being realistic, like to the vast majority of people thinking that. And so I don't know where I heard this, but basically there was some study made where people who were 20 years old were asked how much, like if they're going to be a millionaire after 25 and after 30. And like over 50% of them thought that in 5 years they're going to be a millionaire, which is insane, ridiculous, right? 25, they think, yeah, I mean, sure, I'm going to be a millionaire because I think so. But it's just delusional. And this, I disagree with this whole mindset of like think big or whatever. Prove to yourself that you can do something, and then you can make it realistic. Like what you're saying is exactly right. You had this goal of making the first 10K, or like not even that, but you made it, and then all of a sudden you were like, okay, it makes sense that I'm going to be able to make 100K because at this point you already made almost like 40, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that far off. And then when you make 100, it's like, okay, I made 100K. Let's try to 10x that over the next year or two. It's doable. And then all of a sudden you're at a million, and then everything starts to like be different.
Yeah.
So
100%. No, I've also had like a mindset shift. At the start, I mean, it seemed almost impossible to get to these numbers. I mean, and now it seems like almost unreal, but it's 100% real. That that's a thing. Um,
that is the thing.
yeah,
So like, can you now imagine going to a regular job back?
I would never went to a regular job to be honest, but
Oh,
um, I mean, since the start, when I was 15, I was running a TikTok account. I was making maybe 1K a month. And then I sold it, so I used that money to as an excuse to not go to a job. I was telling my mom, okay, I have X amount of money, I don't have to go to a job. And then I started drop shipping, and obviously I'm not gonna go to a job now.
I see. I see. Wait,
Yeah,
so how old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah, nice. So wait, you're 18. When did you start?
Like everything,
Yeah,
like
business.
sorry, what? Business. I ran my first drop shipping store in 2020. I mean, pure dog shit. I made one sale, but whatever.
Mhm.
And then I then I transitioned to like a TikTok account. I think I was like 15 at the time or something. I did that for like a year or two, sold it, and then
For how
I
much, if you want to say?
like I think it was 13K USD.
Yeah, how much did you make from the account except for selling it? I'm just curious.
Oh, nothing. I was making like 1K a month for maybe 8 months. So I made 8K maybe max,
Mhm.
not more than that. And then I sold it. Dropshipping already passed everything in
Yeah,
1 month.
yeah. But I mean, it gives you a really good like foot in the door with
100%.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because
Help with it.
I've been seeing this. I've been seeing this a lot where if you see some success somewhere and you just see, all right, there is something which actually does work online, not a regular job. Let me just keep doing that until it works.
Hmm.
But were
100%.
you doing it like next to school, or how did it work for you?
Everything's been next to school since I started. That one, I mean, was during COVID, so school was
Yeah.
almost like it didn't exist. So, but yeah, then I had like in where I live, like the year grade 11 is like the most important year, and I was doing it aside with that, and I mean I did well with everything, so can't complain.
Mhm. All right, all right, all
Yeah, like
right. That next question, like, what would you give as an advice to a complete beginner? What would you tell them?
um, be consistent first. Like learn to be consistent, and then I would join the
Mhm.
program. Learn to have discipline with yourself, and then join.
Yeah, 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 yeah. 100%. How would you describe the program itself?
It's been like flawless. Like the weekly one-on-one calls with Jacob have like the amount of things I learn in a week. Is insane. My videos at the start of one of the products you gave me were complete dog shit. Then maybe 2 weeks later, they Jacob said they were perfect. So they were like as they should be. So which is in Jacob's word, it's like perfect. Um, but yeah, no, the amount of things like I learned so much like faster. Like here, something that might have taken me a month took me maybe like a week or one call just to
Mhm.
understand.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, looking forward to an update case study when you hit the 100K.
Yeah,
Um,
hopefully.
all right, so you're watching this and you actually think you're going to be able to apply the strategies we teach, which is just posting a shit ton of videos and listening to us and taking feedback and criticism. That's all basically you need. If you think you're able to do that, you have enough time. Bare minimum is 3 hours per day. Bare minimum. If you have more, it's going to be better. Click the link below, sign up for a call, and we see if it's a good fit.